Anybody is not Asian here? Okay, let's see what it looks like. You got it? All right, let's go ahead and flick one at a time, and as we look through it. Okay, so this is the first one. It's about the complexity of self-expression. So see where you're standing at, okay? Are you an Eastern or a Western mindset, okay? As we go through this, let's just go over it, okay? Next, please. This is lifestyle, being independent and versus dependent. Attitude towards punctuality. You know which one you are, Joanne? Okay, next. Connection and contacts. All right. Even though we are born or raised in America, there's a lot of crossovers, okay? Anger. This is very true. All right. Queue in line, right? When you go to China or go to Asia, okay, which one do you belong to? All right. Sundays on the road. Okay. At a party. Noise level inside a restaurant. We see it in Alhambra and Monterey Park all the time. Traveling. All right. Problem solving approach. I want you guys to look through this a little bit, okay? How do you solve problems? Because when we do short-term missions and when we are in a team, this is quite important to understand. We might be having an Asian way of dealing with things or a Western way of dealing with things, okay? So where are you at, okay? 3 meals a day. Hot tea, hot chocolate. All right, next. Transportation. So this is more like the new generation. Next, please. Elderly in a day-to-day life. Moods and weather. The boss. All right. Is that the last one? Okay. Animals. I think we all identify when we go to the night market in Taiwan, right? Okay, what do you see? All right. This is more like German. The size of an individual ego. All right. Family is all connected. All right. Well, with this attitude or this way of looking at things, this is so important for a short-term team. And especially living in America, we all grew up in different cultures as well, right? Many of you, or who among you are overseas born Chinese here? Okay, how about ABCs? Okay, ARCs? ARCs, American raised Chinese. Okay, you're raised here. Okay, but do you notice that the culture is basically what? How do you define culture? Jonathan, can you bring me the other PowerPoint, please? I think it was presentation one. Today I want to make 2 points, okay? I want you guys to define what culture is, and then the other one is how do you view culture? Because it's so important when you view culture, that's how your worldview is going to be. Next slide. This is crazy. There's so many definitions, but I just want to highlight a few things. Culture is a way of life, but only one way of life for a particular people. We are raised in a family in the Chinese culture, so you are raised in a very unique way. So, especially in America, especially in California, we are a melting pot. We have Asians from where? Vietnam, Thailand, Burma, Cambodia, Hong Kong, Philippines, even mainland China and Taiwanese. Just imagine there's so many different cultures. And whether you think it's right or wrong, when you're holding this thought, When you saw that first PowerPoint slide, do you feel valued as a Eastern or more on a Western? The point what I'm making is culture is just a way of life of a particular people. People create a great variety of cultures. They eat different foods, build different kinds of houses, speak different languages, and greet each other in different ways. As a definition, I just want to highlight on the fourth bullet point. Culture can be defined as the more or less integrated systems of ideas, feelings, and values and their associated patterns of behavior and products shared by a group of people who organize and regulate what they think, feel, and do. This is very academic, but basically the main point is culture is very complicated, but how do we approach it? There's 5 views, okay? Next slide, please. The first view, and if you want to learn more about Christ and culture, there's a great book written by Neighbor, and it talks about how we approach culture in the context of Christianity. We as Christians, we're going to a different culture, especially cross-crossing to Taiwan. We have to learn, there's 5 different views you can look at this. And quickly, I'm just gonna go through that a little bit. And these are the 5 views, one more. Okay, Christ and culture basically is a rejection of cultural society, a clear line of separation drawn between the brotherhood and children of God in the world. Meaning, this is the words of a Neighbor. It's basically Christ and the culture is separated. And it appears to be that there's a main rejection of what culture is. Everything is not good. You know, culture of each country is sinful, and only Christ can redeem that. The other one is Christ of culture. That the view is basically saying that Christ can get into the culture and be part of it and transforming it. But it's also very different in terms of the culture that we believe that it can be redeemed by the Lord Jesus Christ. Christ above culture is a view that does not make the battle between Christ and culture. It doesn't say it's good or evil, but it's just above it. And the fourth one is a paradox, meaning that there's always conflict in culture. This is very textbook thing, but my point is basically this. As we go out to this short-term mission, we are a transforming agent. The last one is actually the best scenario that can be described from a biblical text, that we are transforming agents to a culture. There's nothing good or bad, because when God created the world, it was supposed to be good. But when sin came in, then the culture started changing. But we as Christians have one weapon or one story to tell people that we can transform, and Christ is the one who's transforming us. For the past few years, when we were living in China, we got a chance to do some cross-cultural training with other people. I want to invite my wife to talk about a little bit of how practical things that we can do in terms of when we cross over to a different culture. What should be our attitude? What should be our posture? And what should we continue to hone in our skills? So before that, later on, I'm going to give you a test, okay? Jonathan, if you don't mind, just bring this test up. There's a document in the folder. Can you guys see this document here? Actually, if you can go into the website that.
Oh yeah.
It's not there. If you click it onto from your Google. No?
It can only be accessed through an appropriate link, apparently.
Okay, sorry. Let's pull that.
Is that for us?
Okay, this, have you guys heard about social intelligence?
No.
No? Okay. This is, if you guys want to be successful in your upcoming career or even at school, social intelligence is quite important. It's very close to emotional intelligence. Let's just, if you can,
Which part, right or left from the bottom?
my left now. Okay, all right. So quickly in your mind, okay, go through this a little bit. Click one.
Click the Y.
So which behavior do you exhibit in terms of like when you approach, just evaluate on yourself, rate yourself, okay? And then later on you can rate your friend. Okay, let's go for number one. Are you, just go through one by one, okay? All right, number two, being moody. Are you showing tolerance? Ignoring or snubbing others or acknowledging, affirming? Are you condescending or communicating? Laughing loudly. Machine gun laugh. Who would that be? Are we laughing politely?
I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm trying to demonstrate. Look at speed. Am I?
Are we going too fast? Okay.
All right.
Disagreeing?
Reach the end.
Okay, next on the other side.
Can we just go backwards?
Yeah, we can go backwards. Slowly, slowly, slowly. There you go.
Oh.
Ooh, bitching. Okay. Well, if you want to, Tracy might can give that later on.
We have copies.
Okay, just pass it out, and then we can use it later. Try doing this online. You can get a rate. So last night I did this, I got 80. Where? Toxic or nourishing? Thank the Lord, it's nourishing. Okay, let's invite Tina to come over, and she want to share a little bit some practical ways of how we could do this cross-cultural. Okay.